Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Mickey's Sightings. It's so good to see you tonight. Hope you're doing great. And we're back again. We made it. No phone calls tonight, no emails tonight, no text messages tonight. We are here and we are going strong. All right, just got finished with dinner. We're rolling in it. Good to see you guys tonight. Good to see you. Let's see, we got Pamela in the house. We've got Vesta Hall in the house. Let's see. Awesome. Yes, this is a good night. It is a very good night. Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you've had a great weekend. Tonight, we're going to have some good trivia. Hope you guys I got a little bit of a different setup behind me. I've been keeping some of the folks apprised of what's been going on. And so the Mickey Room has gone through. It doesn't look like it's so much back here, but quite a transition. I got everything changed out here. I got everything changed out in the window. I'm actually going to have to get some a little bit better light diffusing on that window because a lot of the stuff got faded that was up there. It's still okay, but it got a little faded. Still have my Mickey ears up here. Still have pins. Of course, I've added more pins. I've got some of my newer Funko Pops. Well, newer in the sense that they haven't been out on display. Here and on this whole wall where it used to be a freezer, for those of you who remember, a freezer and a desk, that is all gone. And so over on this side, you'll get to see all the stuff. So here is the wall with this is the new major transition, is the wall with a lot of my Disney stuff on it. And you can see that we've got the 100th anniversary celebration stuff, the 50th anniversary, the 45th anniversary. We've got movies, Disney couples. Of course, my lamp's kind of in the way there. Walt Disney, which I've got a couple of my Walt Disney Funko Pops have disappeared. I don't know where they went, so I'm going to have to replace those. But yeah, so that's kind of how this is. And a view of the desk and a view of all the sound stuff down here. Yeah, so there we go. So there's that. And then on this side, there's the back. And then on this side, I'm actually still working on this. This used to be all shelving up here. It is now bare, waiting for these pictures to go up. And the television that was on that side is now on this side. And this area over here has been completely redone as well. Different shelving and things over here. I've got some of a Jim Shores over here and more of the Disney Funkos calendar that Susie got me, the Together Forever, this past Christmas. So a little bit there. Up above here are all the Disney Funko Pops, the VHS collection Funko Pops. And then up across from me on these shelves, this used to be all Funko Pops. But this is where I put the Funko Pop storybooks and my vintage collection, Mickeys and Minnies, and a few more random Funko Pops. And popcorn buckets and things like that. There's my favorite picture in the whole wide world. I took that back in oh my goodness, I guess that was in the early 90s and had it blown up at Sam's Club. And I did that with a Nikon camera, and it is just such a great picture. More pins, as always. I need to introduce you to one of our new family members. Bessie, would you like to come meet everybody? Come see everybody. Come here. This is Bessie. And we've had Bessie for January was a year. And she is our dog. I don't know if a lot of you guys know, but our dog Daisy went home to be with Jesus back in December, 3 days before Christmas. So that was very sad because we had her for 15 years. And Bessie had come to live with us about 9 months earlier. And so here we have Bessie. And Bessie is all excited, right? Everybody says, hey, Bessie. So that's Bessie. So if you hear a collar jingle jangling, that is Bessie, not Daisy. I know Daisy used to always come in here with me when I was live streaming, and she would hang out right here under my desk, right at my feet. So now I've got Bessie right over here to my left. So there we go. So, yep. Where did you get the Mickey Mouse clock on the wall? I don't remember, honestly. I think maybe eBay. maybe eBay or Amazon a long time ago. I've had that for several years. As a matter of fact, I think I just noticed. I think I've got to put a new battery in it. I've had that for several years, but yeah, this is pretty cool. This piece behind me here, this is made out of wood slats. I got this at an arts and crafts festival. So a little bit left to do up here. Pictures will go up here. Pictures will go up here and around as well, because I've got tons of pictures from the art festivals and things that we've gotten over the years. So yeah, yeah. So that's it. Like I said, a lot of things. I've got a whole Stitch shelf down here with all my Stitch stuff. Really couldn't see that with the camera. I've got over here. I've got a shout out to Lion King over here. I've got Back to the Future, E.T., and Indiana Jones over here. So those you couldn't really see because of the lamp, but yeah, it's really cool. I like the way it has turned out. I boxed up a lot of stuff that is currently in the closet. I completely cleaned out the closet, and let's see, so yeah, there's tons of stuff. My niece in Mississippi was telling me yesterday, she's a long haul truck driver. She came through our area yesterday, and we were having lunch with her, and she just got a new house, and she is going to be putting together a Mickey room, but it's going to be like a Mickey, I mean, like half the house. This is crazy. So I've got stuff I'm going to give to her because it's just sitting in boxes now. So I thought I would share the love just a little bit, because these bins down behind me, they're full. I've got so many cups and things like that. I've got a lot of Mickey clothes that I'm actually going to be putting on a Mickey. It's a for sale thing. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I've lost 40 pounds. I had to start eating gluten-free a year ago, and that has helped tremendously. And yeah, so that's been really cool. But the problem is I've had to get a completely different wardrobe. The shirt I've got on is one of my extra large shirts. So I'm still trying. I'm going to have to build back my, thank you. I'm going to have to build back my Disney shirt collection, because these are just a little big. You know, Lena went through her weight loss journey, and yeah. So I told Susie and Becca, I said, I've got to get a shirt, but I don't know which one to get. So anyway, when we go back to Disney, when we were there this last time, did I get a new shirt? No, I don't think I did, because I was like, I'm not getting anything. I got 4 more pounds to lose before I'm at my goal weight. And I had not planned to do this. Gluten became a thing. Matter of fact, because of my gluten journey, or my gluten-free journey. Oh, I wonder why my light turned off. This was Becca's. She let me have this from her room, because her room got renovated. She renovated her room again. Because that little bit of light does kind of help. I do have a better camera. This is the camera I was using before, but I had to take the other camera down to church because the camera down there died. So but I do have a new microphone. So hopefully that does sound a lot better. I've been using the same kind of microphone streaming for the church too, and it's worked out pretty good. But yes, welcome in, Bob. It's so good to see you tonight. And yeah, so I didn't plan to go on a weight loss journey. I mean, I'm glad I did. I mean, I've been trying to lose weight, but could not. And just kept having weird symptoms of stuff and could not figure out what it was. And come to find out, I have a gluten allergy. And I know people are like, oh, he's one of those people. But it's true thing. It is crazy. When I cut out gluten completely, I just went cold turkey one day. I got a couple friends who, one is celiac and one has a gluten allergy. And I said, okay, guys, tell me what it is. So since then, the weight dropped off. I feel so much better. I don't have any of the weird symptoms. My cholesterol is back normal. My triglycerides are back normal. My A1C, which was like 5, is now 2.9. I mean, so everything went to the positive. Feel so much better. And Pamela, I can relate, Sean, regarding the gluten-free journey. Yes, it is a journey. And but you know what? I would not go back to eating gluten now, because I feel so much better without it. And evidently, I had been struggling with that for years and actually did not realize that's what it was. Because as soon as I got off gluten, everything within like days and a matter of 2 or 3 weeks was completely gone. I am no longer on any blood pressure medication. I'm not on any medication other than drops for my eyes. That's the only thing I take medication wise. Um, it's pretty crazy. I went to the DMV and got my license renewed last week, and they said I didn't even need glasses anymore to drive, that I could see the farthest away. So I don't have any restrictions on my driver's license. First time since I was 16 that I don't have a glasses restriction on my driver's license. I'm like, this is crazy. But hey, I'll take it anytime. So I give all credit to the Lord, and because truly the Lord, oh gosh, I could not have done this without him. And I truly believe he sent me in, folks in my direction that could speak into my life about it and get to the bottom of it. Because I think honestly, I could trace back for 10 years. I've been dealing with something and didn't know what it was. And nothing was getting any better. It was just weird. It was like I would get just crazy symptoms, crazy stuff happening. And it was like, what in the world I felt okay, but it's just, anyway. So that seems to be what it is. So there we go. So anyway, that I hadn't planned to go into a whole gluten thing. But with that being said, I am kind of doing something in Mickey Sightings, talking about living a gluten-free life. I'm going to be doing, when we're going on cruises, we've been on 2 cruises. I think 2. Yeah, 2 cruises since I've been gluten-free. That's interesting. Carnival, though, has been fantastic. Both of them were Carnival Cruise Line. They have a great gluten-free menu. They have great gluten-free alternatives. So I've been looking at, when we're cruising or when we're traveling, kind of starting a gluten-free aspect to our channel, because I want our channel to be fun, but I also want it to always be educational. And there's not a whole lot in Disney news I care to share anymore, to be quite honest with you. It's gotten so out of hand on some things. I'm just like, you know what? I love Mickey. I love old Disney. I'm going to stick with my trivia. I'm going to introduce, we're going to do more stuff with our traveling and add the gluten-free aspect to it, because you always have to kind of change things up a little bit. But so that's what we're going to be doing. But it's good. And I'm glad to be back. I was like, poor Pam. She was like, what in the world? I've been trying to get back for 2 nights. This is the 3rd night. Finally got back. Of course, you all know I'm a pastor. So with that, a phone call changes everything. We had a church member pass away unexpectedly last week, and then that rocked one of them. And then I had to get with family members on the next night. That affected another one. And so then I was like, look, I'm just going to shoot for Monday, just start the new week, and we'll go from there. And so tonight I was cooking dinner. We were finishing dinner, and off we went. Now, Susie has quite an interesting surprise at the library, where she is the branch manager of. A few months back, they got a ball python, a young ball python, and his name is Simon. And she and Becca are actually over at the library now giving Simon fresh water. So hopefully you guys get to meet Simon. I won't be able to bring him here. I'll need to go to the library, but who knows? Simon may become a part of our Disney family too. It's the 3rd night, Sean, but I told him, Mom says Mondays are the best nights for trivia nights. I agree. And Monday nights are good for me because a lot of preachers will take Friday off. I can't take Friday off. There's way too much happens at our church on Friday. So I try to take Mondays to be a day like today. I've pretty much been home all day. I did a couple church things, but I did laundry and, like I said, cooked dinner. And we were babysitting one of my associate pastor, he and his wife and kids. They just got back today from a cruise. And so we dog sat one of their dogs for them. She was a little Shih Tzu. Her name was Macy. And so my dog and cat have had a great time with Macy. They are exhausted. So I just stayed home. Susie had a meeting in Live Oak, and she brought home Chick-fil-A. We had that for lunch. And yeah, so there it is. And the cool thing about Chick-fil-A is the fries are good. They're gluten-free, and I can have grilled nuggets. I can have the grilled chicken. They have a gluten-free bun. I don't care for it. Vesta Hall. Snakes are awesome. I have never been a huge snake fan, but Simon is so cool. So we'll definitely have to do a Mickey sighting on the road with Mickey sightings, and we'll go to the library and we will meet Simon. So who knows? We may do that our next time as you guys get to meet Simon, because we can go after hours. That way we're not getting people on the video and stuff like that, because I know some people get really cantankerous about stuff like that. But we'll get to meet Simon. You will love him. He is so cute. And I never thought, oh, this is crazy. I never thought about a snake having a personality, but the snake has a crazy personality. And Susie is definitely his person. She can start calling. I'm actually the one who named him. This is kind of funny. They kind of a funny story. They put a contest out of the library named the snake. This was about, I don't know, 4 months. They haven't had him very long, maybe 4 months ago, 3 months ago. I mean, it all runs together, right? And so I said, Simon. I said, Simon the snake. Just sounds cool. I said, but also because in a library, they do things called passive programming. And so a passive program would be, I said, you could put on his habitat, Simon says, read a good book, or Simon says, try science fiction, or whatever, do a Simon says component. And Susie was like, yeah, that's cool. Okay, well, we'll see what everybody votes for. Well, there were like 40 something people who put in a name suggestion. Well, what they did is the staff then, and they weren't marked who it was. So I had not told anybody other than Susie what snake's name I'd picked out. So they drew it out and they got it down to 5, and Simon was in the 5 because they were like, oh, I like Simon. That's kind of cool. And then I think they drew it out of a hat. I don't know how they did it. Anyway, Simon became the name of the snake. So that's how Simon got his name. Snakes are definitely into all individuals. Each one's different. And I've come to learn that. And Susie watches so many videos on ball pythons now that is crazy. I knew I tell a story all the time, but I knew we had really got to the edge of things when we were watching a YouTube, or I walked in one night and she's watching a YouTube video on reading the body language of a ball python. And I was like, you have got to be kidding me. But it's true. They truly do have personality and they have body language. It's kind of crazy. I never thought in a million years. Susie has always liked snakes, but I never thought that she would ever fall. She loves this snake. I mean, they've got a little webcam in there. So eventually they'll open it up to the public, which I'll give you guys that link when they do that. She checks on this snake all the time, y'all. It's all the time. It is so funny. So Pam says, my mom is like, I don't care. She will not go near snakes at all. Well, a lot of people are like that too. As a matter of fact, Susie chairs the library pet protocol or whatever committee that they newly formed. And there's a lady in there who is terrified of snakes. Terrified. I won't step foot in the library as long as there's a snake. It's like, wow. But I get that. I totally get that. I don't like elevators. I don't like flying either, but that's a whole other issue. Snake Discovery is a great snake channel. Oh, I'll have to check and see if she has seen that one. I don't know if she honestly, she probably has, but I don't know. She watches some guy. He's a python breeder, I think, and he's got like dozens of them, and she watches him. He's kind of cool. But I'll have to tell her about Snake Discovery. Let me, matter of fact, let me grab my handy dandy pen here over here. Let me reach. I got to get used to where I put some stuff. By the way, I have been cleaning out every closet, drawer. Anyway, it's been crazy in our house, so I've been hiding stuff from myself. Snake Discovery. All right. Matter of fact, Susie was so funny. She was looking for something a couple nights ago, and she said, here we've been putting stuff where we can find it. I still can't find it. And I said, well, that's a problem. If we put it where we could find it and we still can't find it. After this Snake Talk, let's get Trivia Night started. So my mom is saying, all right. So that's the Snake Talk. Well, see, we've had the gluten talk. We've had the snake talk. We've had the room tour for what that was worth. Let's see, where is life now? Let me look back. I thought I had the notepad. It's somewhere right here. Oh my goodness. My goodness. I have in all of my stuff. See, I told you I move stuff around and I hide it from myself. Oh, for heaven's sake. Well, arg. I had our score sheet from last time. I had the one from August 11th. I think that's actually the last live stream we did was August 11th. It was Lena, Pam, Vesta, and Sam and Susie. And Sam won. And Lena came in second. That was Monday Music Trivia. I'm telling you what, Pam, your mom's going to be like, this boy's crazy. I found it. Found it. So we had, let's go back to July 17th. We had Pam was the winner there. And then we had finished the lyric on the 22nd, and Lena was the winner there. We had 90s trivia, and Sam was the winner there. And then we did Monday music trivia on August 11th, and Sam was the winner there. So the last record I have is we did Monday music trivia on August 11th. It is hard to believe that it has been that long. My goodness. But a little bit of a life update. Becca is finishing her 11th grade year. As a matter of fact, this is the last week of school, and she will be in her senior year, which is crazy. That is hard to believe. And so, she'll be class of 2027. Of course, I'm still pastoring the church. This is my 27th year pastoring there. And Susie is still the branch manager at our local library. So that is that's kind of where life is. And let's see, Discover Disney. We're going to call it Discover Disney Trivia. And I have a pen that is not writing. All right, let's try another one, because we got to make sure we get all this down. So who do we have in the house tonight then? Let's see. We have Vesta and we have Pam. I don't know where Lena and Sam are. They may not have gotten the notification. I can't believe that she's that grown up yet. Oh, by the way, yes, she got a new to her car on Friday. She's on Instagram, but I'll be putting it on Facebook. And so she is now out driving her mom over to the library. So yes, she is now officially, she's 17. She'll be 18 in October. And she has a car now. Very, very unnerving. I will tell you, my baby girl is now completely independent in that respect. She is going to be applying this next semester to the Disney College program, which is really, really cool. She's really excited about doing that. She has a friend where she works that just got accepted. And so she's excited about doing that. So 2027. And what year were those trivia? 2025, Pam, 2025. It was just last year. I will tell her you said congratulations, Pam. I sure will. All right. So we've got 4 people. Now, one of those is probably me, because I have my phone going, because that's the best way for me to keep up with who got answers first, because the computer lags behind the phone. So anyway, this is going to be a contest between Vesta and Pam, or I should say Pam and family. Happy belated birthday to Anthony. Of course, I wished him a happy birthday on Facebook, but I know it's only been just a few days. So happy belated birthday to Anthony. And happy belated Mother's Day to Mama Cabildas. It's so good to know you're such a good mama. You take care of those kids. And I so appreciate you. We need more godly women in the world today. And I so appreciate all that you do to take care of your family. So let's see. So I think it's going to be Pam and Vesta. And I'm just going to, I hope, if you don't mind, Pam, I'm going to call your mom Mama. Is that okay, Mama? Is that okay? As a matter of fact, it was so funny. I don't remember what it was. Just yesterday, I think Pam had messaged me, and I was sitting next to one of our church members, and they said something. I said, "Who's that?" I said, "This is our Chicago family." And they were like, "Chicago family?" I said, "Yeah, Chicago family." And they were like, "Who's your Chicago family?" And so I told them the story. I was like, "They're like our family." I said, we met through our Disney YouTube community, and we're just a family, and we stay in touch and keep up with life and all that. And same way with Sam and Lena, we stay in touch with them all the time, which is really cool. So mom says, "So is your mom okay if I just call Mama?" I don't So I will do that. That'll just make it a whole lot easier. All right. Well, okay. So we've covered gluten. We've covered life. We've covered the passing of Daisy, which is, I'm telling you what, guys, we're still heartbroken over that. Simon the snake. We've talked about the snake. We're sorry, Mama. We talked about the snake. And we did the room tour. I think that's all I had on my agenda. All right. She's fine with Mom, Sean. Mom it is. All right. So let's get into some Disney trivia, and we'll see how it goes. We've got Pam. We've got Vesta. Anybody else playing tonight? Anybody else that will be playing tonight? We've got Pam and we've got Vesta. So it's a A head-to-head competition, evidently. All right. Okay, it feels longer. I tell you, I don't know how. I don't know how it felt long, Pam. These months are going by so fast. I can't keep up with it. It seems like I was just doing this. It's crazy. We have to plan a trip out there to see you guys. Yes, absolutely. I would love to meet you guys in person and to be able to hang out at Disney with you guys or something like that. That'd be really, really cool. Disney, because you've never been to Disney World, right? Is that right? You've never been, if memory serves. Of course, right now, Magic Kingdom is all torn apart. We were there for just a day trip. We'd gone down. Our church is getting a new digital sign. We had our other sign was destroyed by one of the hurricanes, and we're getting a digital one this time. So we were down there for a day, and we just went for the day, and then we came on back home. Yep, that's right. That's what I thought. But it was good to be back. There are a lot of things that have changed there, but still, it is good to be back. And yeah, all right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, so we've been to Disney. You were in Disneyland in 2006. Okay, all right. All right, that's quite a while back. I've never been to Disneyland. I'd like to go to Disneyland. Of course, I'd have to train or drive out there because I do not want to fly. Okay, so one of the things I'm going to be doing over this next one is getting a different chair. I had just gotten this chair the last time we were doing it. I do not like this chair. This chair is about to kill me. It is. Gaming chairs are awful on your back, I'll tell you. So if you see me squirming, this is why. There's like no support in this thing. I think I'm going to get one of the, whoa, hello. I think I'm going to get one of those just regular old office chairs that just kind of comes up to the back. So Vesta said, I went to Disney World twice as a kid. That is awesome. That is, I know, right? Get flamp. Oh, that's cool, Vesta. So Vesta, where do you live? I'm sure I knew that at one point, but a dear friend of mine used to say I've slept since then. And I'm sure you have told us where you're from. But that'd be cool. It'd be really neat. I know a lot of the channels have meetups at Disney World, and I think it'd be cool to do that sometime. I think it'd be a lot of fun. And we could plan that. We could definitely plan. That's a little bit better. I think I got it adjusted. I know, Pam, I'm going to break my back. But it's a little bit better. But I told Susie last night, I said, I got to get a different chair. This thing is about to drive me crazy. I think what it is because gamers like slump down in them, and I don't slump down in a chair. So all right. So if you see me wiggling, that's why. This thing is it's just not comfortable. Okay. So if anybody wants a barely used gaming chair, if you can get it to wherever you live, you can have it. All righty. Let's see what we've got here. All right. First card of the night. You guys ready? Drum roll. All right. This is the newer Disney cards. I've got the OG cards, and I've got the newer cards. So this is from the newer stack. So these will be a little bit more current. All right. Question number 1. In Zootopia, what type of creature is Chief Bogo? In Zootopia, what type of creature is Chief Bogo? That is correct. Pam gets it with a buffalo. Specifically, the card says a Cape buffalo. All right. Next question. Okay, so this actually is a multiple choice question, but I'm not going to give the multiple choice answers. I'm going to see if you guys can get it without it. The music in Fantasia 2000 is primarily performed by an orchestral group named for which city? So the music in Fantasia 2000 is primarily performed by an orchestral group named for which city? Oh, back. Our numbers just tanked, and now they're back again. YouTube must be doing something weird. Our numbers went whoop, and now they're back again. Anybody? The music in Fantasia 2000 is primarily performed by an orchestral group named for which city? And Pamela said Sydney Opera House. That's a really good answer, but that is not the answer. Pamela, it may be closer than you think. It may be closer than you think. Hint, hint. Pamela says, okay. The music in Fantasia is primarily performed by an orchestral group named for which city? Nope, not Melbourne. Vesta gets it with Chicago Opera House. There you go, Chicago. It is Chicago. That's why I said, Pam, maybe closer than you think. Oh my goodness. It's Chicago. Don't know if I'll tell you, there's this little heart. Like, oh, I see. Oh, yeah. On my chat, I've got the little heart down at the bottom, so I can't see until it goes up one. Yes, I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know if it's a thing, but Chicago is right. So you're good. You're good to go. Chicago Opera House. Hey, as long as it had Chicago in it, we're not scared. All right, here we go again. How many real cats were used to play Thackeray Binks in the film Hocus Pocus? How many real cats were used to play Thackeray Binks in the film Hocus Pocus? Wow, that's a lot of cats. My one thing I do have every 3 or 4 days is a little tiny Coca-Cola. So I do still have my little Coca-Cola. When I'm doing trivia, I like to have something with bubbles in it. Becca drinks that sparkling water stuff, and I just can't get into it quite like she does. It's good. She's got a lime one that she likes. It's pretty good. Nope, not 2. Not 5. A little higher. A little higher. How many original cats were used to play Thackeray Binks in the film Hocus Pocus? Oh, Pam, you're so close. You're so very, very close. Very, very, very close. Wrong direction. Oh, Vesta said, what was the question? My internet froze. Well, I'll tell you, I don't know if it's your internet or YouTube because the numbers went really weird real quick. Okay, so the question was, how many real cats were used to play Thackeray Binks in the film Hocus Pocus? Oh, and Pam got it 9. 9. 9 cats. That's a lot of cats for one part. All right, next question. All right. And Vesta, go ahead and refresh your stream. And Pam, you may want to do that too, because that was a little glitch in YouTube because everything just kind of went tank and then it came back. And it wasn't on my end, it was a YouTube thing because it was the YouTube numbers. So yeah. Mom helped. Good job, Mom. Woohoo. All right. In 102 Dalmatians, what type of cake does Cruella get baked into? In 102 Dalmatians, what type of cake does Cruella get baked into? Anybody? Anybody? Not a chocolate cake. I guess it could have been a chocolate cake, but it's a specific kind of cake. I guess you'd say it's a type of cake instead of a flavor of cake. That's getting dark behind us here in North Florida. Nope, not strawberry shortcake, although I do love strawberry shortcake. I just have not found a gluten-free shortcake yet. Pam, if you know of one, let me know. I don't know the answer to the Cruella question. I would not either, Vest. I would not know it at all. Not a birthday cake, not a tiered cake. Here comes the bride, all dressed in white. Hey, I get sheet cake? No. Here comes the bride. Thank you, Pam. I appreciate that. Here comes the bride. A wedding cake. Exactly. Good job, Pam. A wedding cake. Woohoo. All right. Oh, and oh, wow. And right on your heels was Vesta with wedding cake. Wow. But Pam got in just ahead of you, Vesta. I mean, just ahead of you. because I try to look it up on the phone because that's a lot better than the computer speed. All right, next question. Oh, that's another. Here, let's change directions here. That's another Cruella Deville question. They're kind of on a Cruella Deville kick for that one. Oh, here's a good one. The release of Luca took place exactly 11 years after the release date of which movie? Toy Story, Tangled, Cars 2, or The Princess and the Frog? Was it Toy Story 3? Sorry, missed the 3. Toy Story 3, Tangled, Cars 2, or The Princess and the Frog? The release of Luca took place exactly 11 years after the release date of which movie? Toy Story 3, Tangled, Cars 2, or The Princess and the Frog? And Pam gets it with Toy Story 3. Good job, Pam. Good job. All right. See, Vesta, I almost would have thought Princess and the Frog for some reason, which, of course, Princess and the Frog is my absolute favorite Disney feature animation, other than Mickey stuff, obviously. But I love Princess and the Frog. I love meeting Tiana. As a matter of fact, I was telling my niece just yesterday, I said, my favorite princess to meet is Tiana. Number one, she is just beautiful. Tiana is just beautiful. Tiana is just a beautiful person, but she is so nice and she is so sweet and she does such a great job with the kids. Not that the others don't, but she just really I don't know. She's just much more down to earth. I love Tiana. All right. Next question. Speaking of cars, in Cars 2, what does the Queen of England do to Mater after he saves the day? Pam said completely guessed. 10 years time. I'm telling you, Vesta, 10 years, just like that. Boom. It's crazy. In Cars 2, what does the Queen of England do to Mater after he saves the day? Yep. She knights him. Good job, Pamela. She knights him. All right. Let's see here. Let's get another series of cards. Okay. Oh, I just rediscovered this. I saw that there was like 2 different colors of answer cards. That goes to this section. So there's, okay. Oh, okay. I see. I'm discovering I did not realize that these cards had character cards in them. Sorry for the holdup, guys. I almost got the cards mixed up in here. I didn't realize that these had character cards in them. All right. Next card. Here we go. How is I picked another card with Luca? Okay, I won't do Luca. Ooh, here's a Mickey Mouse question. On the original 1950s Mickey Mouse Club television show, what was Wednesday? On the original 1950s Mickey Mouse Club television show, what was Wednesday? Oh, which one haven't you seen? I have no clue, Bamson. Yeah, that's before all of our time. It actually, I'll go ahead and tell you, it is Anything Can Happen Day. Vesta, exactly. Anything can happen day. Yeah, we weren't born. No, we weren't born. So Anything Can Happen Day. That's what happened on Wednesdays. All righty then. Next question. That was not a very good card. I seem to like the older card questions better than the younger ones, the newer ones here. All right. Here we go. In what year did Tinkerbell get her own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? In what year did Tinkerbell get her own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? I will tell you this. It's in the 2000s. Okay. It's in the 2000s. I would have maybe thought earlier or something. It's the 2000s. Eye itch. So it's the 2000s. Not 2015, but you're in the kind of in the vicinity. Not 2005, pick the middle. Between 2005 and 2015, pick the middle. And you will have the answer. That's right, 2010. Good job, Pam. 2010. So in 2010, Tinkerbell got her own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. All right, in The Rescuers. Oh, love The Rescuers. Oh my goodness. You know, when I start thinking about, Rescuers is so good though. I love The Rescuers. I'm gonna have to watch The Rescuers tonight. I haven't watched that in a while. In The Rescuers, what kind of animals are Bernard and Miss Bianca? Mom helped again. Good job, Mom. In The Rescuers, what kind of animals are Bernard and Miss Bianca? And here at YouTube, it just did that drop thing again. And Pam says mice. That is correct. They were mice. I wonder if we lost Vesta again. Oh, nope, she's back. Okay. The YouTube number thing just did the exact same thing that it did earlier. So good. We didn't lose Vesta. I love The Rescuers. Vesta. Okay, so this is going to show my age a little bit. I remember the first time I saw it was on the reel-to-reel, the actual movie reels at school, because we did not have we had a movie theater when I was really, really young where we are, but now we don't have anything. I went to like 2 movies. My family, they just never did movies really. So I saw movies like that in school. And that's where I first saw The Rescuers. All right. Okay, so my internet, let's jump again, but I came back. Yeah, I'm not sure it's your internet, Vest. I don't know if it's your internet, if it's YouTube, because like YouTube now, the numbers are back up again. That is just really weird. All right, so next question. In Coco, which I love Coco, this is another one of my favorites. In Coco, who is the most famous musician to ever come out of the town of Santa Cecilia? In Coco, who is the most famous musician to ever come out of the town of Santa Cecilia? Ernesto de la Cruz. That is correct, Pam. Ernesto de la Cruz. I doubt you could hear it, but Bessie was barking over here in her sleep. She's dreaming. She's exhausted. She's run around with that other little dog for the last 5 days. It's so funny. Oh, I love Coco. The colors of Coco are so cool. I'm hoping that they will not. I mean, I love the 3 Caballeros. Don't get me wrong, but if they changed it to Coco at Epcot in Mexico, I'd be totally okay with that. I think Coco would be really cool. I mean, the 3 Caballeros is classic, great, but it's kind of showing its age a little bit. I don't know. Speaking of the 3 Caballeros, mean guy, I call him. I know, old Bessie. She is out. She is out. Speaking of the 3 Caballeros, what character always struck the gong at the beginning of the 1950s Mickey Mouse Club television show? Oh, I know. What do they call the alegrías? The spirit animal? Alegrías. What character always struck the gong at the beginning of the late 1950s Mickey Mouse Clubhouse television show? And Pam gets it right with Donald Duck. That is correct, Pam. Donald Duck struck the gong. Again, I would not have known that. That was before our time. All right. Let's go with a new card. The next card is in the film Treasure Planet. The film Treasure Planet is based on what novel? The film Treasure Planet is based on what novel? I need a little bit more light in here. I may have to turn the Great job, Pam. Treasure Island is the answer. Good job. I might have to turn that ring. I've got a ring light over here that I used to use. I thought adding the little lamp over here and the lamp here, but it's still kind of dark. A lot of it too is this camera. That other camera that I have might actually be a little bit better than this one, but this one keeps wanting to tilt. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to throw a little bit more, as my dad would say. Used to say, throw some light on the situation. I've got a ceiling fan up here, but it has 3 lights, and I can control them. But I'm afraid that then it would be shining on top of my bald head, and it'd blind everybody. All right, I digress. All right, let's see. Next question. In A Bug's Life, another great movie, what ferocious creature tries to eat Dot and Francis? In A Bug's Life, what ferocious creature tries to eat Dot and Francis? Not a cockroach. Oh, Susie would have a fit. Susie would probably not watch the movie if it was a cockroach. Nope, wasn't a cockroach, but it was a ferocious animal. But I guess if you're an ant, this would be a ferocious. Vesta grasshopper is a good one too, but that's not it. It was a bird. A bird. You remember the bird flew down and started pecking at them? Yes, you got the Treasure Planet question right. It was a bird. It was a bird. All right, next question. Which Disney princess character sings "Someday My Prince Will Come"? What Disney princess character sings "Someday My Prince Will Come"? And Snow White is the correct answer. Someday my prince will come. Okay. Next question. True or false? The Skeleton Dance, great animation, was the first cartoon in the Silly Symphonies series. True or false? The Skeleton Dance was the first cartoon in the Silly Symphony cartoon series. The Silly Symphony cartoon series. And actually, I thought I had that, yeah, but I don't guess I do. These crazy sound effects that StreamYard put in here. The answer is true. Pam gets it with true. It was. I thought maybe I had it in here to show it. I had some of the old retro Disney stuff like that downloaded, but I don't remember if I had the Skeleton Dance or not. I was going to see real quick for those of you. I'm sure everybody has seen the Skeleton Dance. When the Skeleton Dance was released, nobody had ever seen anything like that before. The technological advance that Walt Disney did on the Skeleton Dance was crazy. And, they I guess they kind of figured that the Silly Symphonies would be a hit, but to the extreme that they were was amazing. I mean, we truly would not know Disney the way we do if it had not been for the Silly Symphonies. All righty then. Next question. Another true or false question. True or false? The film Peter Pan is based on J.M. Barrie's play Peter Pan, the boy who wouldn't grow up? True or false? The film Peter Pan is based on J.M. Barrie's play Peter Pan, the boy who wouldn't grow up. Speaking of texts from church members, one of my church members being taken to the ER. He just spiked a high temperature. Oh, wow. He was just at the doctor today and everything checked out okay. Huh. Wow. As I say, a text or a phone call can change everything. Oh, my goodness. In real time. Dad helped this time. And the answer was true. True. The film Peter Pan is based on J.M. Barrie's play Peter Pan, the boy who wouldn't grow up. Okay. All right, next question. Who interrupts Briar Rose as she sings Once Upon a Dream in Sleeping Beauty? Thank you, Pam. Yep, her name is Maureen and his name is Alan. So Miss Maureen is taking her husband, Alan. Alan is 91 or 92, and he's been having some issues. And he went to the doctor today, and everything checked out fine. Prince Philip is the answer. That is correct. Prince Philip. All right. One more card. This will be our last card because I may need to be heading out. So we'll do this card and then we'll sign off for the night. All right. Next question. What happens to Anna's hair as her heart begins to freeze in the movie Frozen? What happens to Anna's hair as her heart begins to freeze in the movie Frozen? It turns white. Yes, that is correct. It turns white. Let me get here. Woohoo! All right. So Vesta gets the point. It turns white. All right, next question. What romantic meal do Lady and the Tramp share at Tony's restaurant in Lady and the Tramp? What romantic meal do Lady and Tramp share at Tony's restaurant in Lady and the Tramp? I like Tony's restaurant, Magic Kingdom. A lot of people didn't, but they really kind of upped their game. And we went there a couple trips ago, and it was really, really good. Spaghetti and meatballs. That is correct. Spaghetti and meatballs. All right, next question. What two, you guys both got it. What two tiny characters had to push a key up a flight of stairs in Cinderella in the 1950 version? What two tiny characters had to push a key up a flight of stairs in the 1950 version of Cinderella? Sorry, guys. All right. And the answer is Jacques and Gus. That is correct. Jacques and Gus. So Pam gets the point. All right. Two more questions. Next question. What animated characters are now referred to by Disney as the Fab Five or the Fabulous Five? So you got to list all 5 of them out. What animated characters are now referred to by Disney as the Fabulous 5 or the Fab 5? And you got to list them all out. And Pamela says Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, and Goofy. Not Daisy. It's somebody other than Daisy. You got Mickey, you got Minnie, you got Donald, you got Goofy. There's one other. Pluto. There you go. Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, and Pluto. That is the Fabulous 5. Good job. All right. Last question. That's a hard one. Not that the other. That one's a little, yeah. Last question. All right. Here we go. In the 2003 film Finding Nemo, Nemo is caught by a scuba diver. What is written on the diver's mask? Oh my goodness. I should have picked a different. You got to type all of this out. Never scrub that. Scrub that because it's P. Sherman 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. We don't need to go through all of that. I meant Pluto. There you go. Pluto Max, you know. All right. Let's do a different question. All right. Here we go. P.S. P. Sherman 2 Wallaby Way, Sydney. Exactly. All right. We'll do a different question. In The Little Mermaid, what song does Ariel sing in her grotto to express her longing to be a human? In The Little Mermaid, what song does Ariel sing in her grotto to express her longing to be a human? And she, as a matter of fact, the lady who played the voice, Benson, wrote a book called Part of Your World. That is correct. Well, Pam wins tonight. Pam wins our trivia tonight. Great job by Vesta as well. Maybe next time, too, we can get, Lena and Sam in the mix and some more folks, but not too shabby for our first night back. So we will definitely shoot for Monday nights. We will try. I may jump in over this week. We'll see what happens. I'll try kind of get my rhythm back in again. And, but we'll definitely shoot for Monday nights at 8:00 if that works for you guys. That sounds like a plan. Okay, guys, I hate to run, but I may be heading to the hospital here. Not exactly sure what I'm going to be doing at the moment. So, all right, I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. And don't forget this one thing. It was all started by a mouth. And thank you for hanging out with Mickey Sightings tonight. Bye, everybody.
During the last few years, we've ventured into a lot of different fields, and we've had the opportunity to meet and work with a lot of wonderful people. I only hope that we never lose sight of one thing, that it was all started by a mouse.
Congratulations, Mr. Mickey Mouse. Congratulations to you. Congratulations, your picture show was fine. It's a hit, and we want to shake your hand. Congratulations, happy days to you. You sure brought down the house, and we hope you have a lot of success. Congratulations, Mickey Mouse.
Oh, huh. Oh, and there's Pluto. Aw, Minnie and I. Wow, that one sure gave me a workout.
All right.